Hello everybody, this is Terry Jeanette with the Tapping Flamingo. And the other day I actually went to a Zoom meeting with a group of church ladies and we learned to make these little hats here for our local hospital for the little babies. And I've actually made these before, and people were wondering if maybe I would do a video showing how to do it, and that way they can get back on if they forgot, or some of the ladies weren't able to show up. So that's what today's video is all about. So the first thing you need to do is get you a loom. I got these looms. It came together with some instructions. It also comes with this hook that you need, and this little guy here is just a needle, plastic. But you can get these at, off of Amazon, Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's. They all have these type things. But you're going to use the smallest one if you're going to do an infant hat. One other thing you need is a crochet hook and a pair of scissors. By the way, the crochet hook, it doesn't really matter what size, as long as it's not one of those little tiny ones or one of those giant ones. So after you determine which yarn you're going to use, like I said, I'm using 2 strands of this thinner yarn, you're going to attach it to this hook, this little tab at the side. You can tie it, or I'm just going to do a slip knot. Okay, so a slip knot, see if I can show you. Just go around your fingers. You have this little hole here. You're going to feed that up through the hole, and you're going to have a loop. And then you can put the loop on there and tighten it. Like I said, you can just tie it. Don't tie it too tight though, because you want to be able to get this off. Okay, once you have it on here, you're going to go around each one of these pegs. It does not matter which way you go. We had some left-handed people and they did it opposite of what I did it. It came out fine. But you're going to just wrap around each of these pegs like so. And you don't want to do it too loose, but you don't want to do it too tight. And you're going to go all the way around. And I will do that, and I'll be back to show you the next step. All right, once you've gone all the way around, I just take this and I hold it with my thumb. And then you're going to, it's best if you go from the middle. And you're going to make all these things go down. You're just going to pull them down. And once you get them all pulled down, you're going to take your yarn and you're going to go around the pegs again, all the way around. And I'll return when I'm done. All right, I finished going around the last peg, and I'm going to hold it down right here. And then you get your little trusty tool, and I'm going to work with that last peg, because once I do this next step, I can let go of my thumb. So you're going to take the hook and you're going to, let's see if you can see what I'm doing here. You're going to put it underneath that bottom loop and you're going to bring it over, which the first one is always really hard. And this is why I say don't do it too tightly, because A, you're going to have a hard time like I am, and B, you could break your yarn. All right, so I got that first loop done. The next ones really are not that difficult, but you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to feed your tool underneath the bottom loop, bring it up over the top loop. And see, it'll leave you with one loop. So you're going to go do that all the way around. See if I can do it backwards so you can see what I'm doing. See how there you go. But anyway, you're going to do that all the way around. All right, I'm doing my last loop. So I'm down to one loop on each thing. So you're going to, again, bring everything down so that the yarn is at the bottom of all these pegs. And then you're going to take your yarn and you're going to go all the way around again. And you just keep doing this over and over until you get to a certain length. Now, once you've gone around a few times, you can actually untie this part from this little peg off the side, because what's going to happen if you don't, it's going to pull and you may have some issues. So you're probably wondering, how many times do you go around? This hat, as you notice, kind of rolls a little bit. I like the roll of it, but you don't have to have it roll. But from here to down here is about 5.5 inches. I probably should have gone another inch. So I recommend 6 to 6.5 inches. Let me go finish my hat to 6.5 inches, and then I'll tell you what to do next. All right, I think I have enough. So we're right at about 7 inches here. So that's going to give me a good band to roll down. So how do you get it off the loom? This is where your crochet hook and your needle come in handy. First thing you need to do is cut off a long tail. Okay. And you need your little plastic needle. And you're going to thread your needle, which this stuff's really hard to thread because it's so fuzzy. But you need to thread both of your pieces in there. All right. So once you get them threaded, you're going to start where you ended off, and you're going to cast off. In other words, these are going to all be pulled off. So you start going underneath and pulling it through, and make sure that loop comes off the peg. And you're going to go all the way around and do this. Put it through, and you may have to pull them off the peg, but you just go around the whole way. All right, I'm taking off my last loop here, and I'm done with my loom, so set that aside. And you notice we have this hole here. We're just going to cinch this up, kind of like a drawstring bag. Once you get that hole closed up, you need to just kind of sew it back and forth to close the hole up a couple of times. And then I put it down the center inside the hat. And continue to just sew it until you run out of yarn. This is not the side they're going to see, so. All right, maybe one more time to get my needle in the center. And then I'm just going to do an overhand knot. And make sure that knot is as close to the hat as possible. Just FYI, this type of yarn is hard to work with if you're a beginner, even if you're not a beginner, because it tends to fray. And I would not recommend using this if this is the first time you've ever knitted or crocheted. Once you get that all done, clip it, turn it. Okay, so you got that part done. Now what about this? Well, I just take it and weave it. I take my crochet hook and just weave it through the bottom for a little while. I won't go all the way around. Eventually I'll clip it here, but that's probably good enough. Clip the ends, and you have your baby hat all done. Let me know how it goes. By the way, these also fit a lot of dolls, 18-inch dolls. They look really nice on. So if you have any granddaughters, you can make them a little baby hat for their babies. Anyway, let me know how it went. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. Subscribe to my channel. Mostly though, y'all have a wonderful day. This is Terry Jeanette with Tapping Flamingo signing out for now. Bye-bye.